For those of you that have not met me before, my name is Martha Krejci. I am a business growth expert. Our mission, our main operative is to end poverty. That's right, I said it. The way that we're going to be ending poverty, you guys. We teach families how to be able to grow businesses from home that have high profit margins. We will teach 1 million families how to grow high profit margin businesses from home by 2026. The question is, are you one of them? We're already well on our way, you guys. Bing! I give away stuff, okay? I'm Martha Krejci, and I love to give stuff away. That's just what I do, all right? So once a week, every single week, I find one person that is both subscribed and has commented on my YouTube videos, and I send them something, okay? So one person wins every single week. You don't have to have bought anything ever in life. That's not even a criteria. Subscribe to the YouTube channel and comment on YouTube videos. Boom, pow, done. 3 mistakes that I made in my business that could have cost me everything. So here is a learning experience for you. This is where you learn from where Martha fluffed up, all right? 3 mistakes, let's talk mistakes, y'all. First mistake was that I watched too much Shark Tank, okay? That wasn't the mistake, I love Shark Tank, okay? My mistake was that I watched so much Shark Tank that I believed that in order to be successful, you needed to take on a partner in your business, okay? In order to be successful, my belief was that I needed to have a partner that had funds that was going to be able to help me out in my business, okay? So a mistake that almost cost me everything was that we were entertaining potential partners in our business. That would have cost us everything because now we have a massive business with 85% profit margins, which is huge, by the way, like unheard of huge. Okay, that's what I teach you how to do too, by the way. But I would have given away half of that to somebody that didn't even have anything to do with the business, just gave me a little financial funding in the beginning because I thought that's what I needed to happen. Also, there's another thing in developing partnerships with people, financial partnerships with people where they become partner in your company. If they have over 51%, what they say goes. Yikes, okay? They technically can kick you out of your own company. I've seen it happen to people I know, not just heard urban legend, seen it happen to people I know. They built their own business up to massive levels and then the partner kicked them out of their own business. It happened to Steve Jobs also. I didn't know Steve Jobs, but it happened to him too, right? This is a big deal. People in the day and age of Shark Tank, we glamorize it and we look at it and we're like, oh yeah, have a partner. Okay, that's what's necessary. We need to understand that that's a show, okay? And that those people are taking on partners for different reasons. Sometimes they need funding. Sometimes they need strategic relationships and people to help them build relationships with suppliers and that sort of thing. You guys, in the stuff that I teach you, you don't need that. You have the strategic relationships you need in me. Okay, I am your Shark Tank. But I'm not going to take your business. Okay, I'm going to help you grow your business. I'm not going to take your business, but I have the strategic relationships that you need. Okay, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't fall victim to that. Okay, let me know in the comments if you have thought that you needed a partner or if you were thinking that you wanted to get a partner. Just let me know in the comments what you think about that. Also, another reason that people get partners is because they need financing, right? Well, in what I teach you, you don't need financing because you hardly even need money. Okay, so there's that. Number 2, a mistake that I made in my business that almost cost me everything was thinking that I knew everything and just needed to build a business around it. Yeah, I'm Martha and I thought I knew everything. I have since learned that I don't stop learning. I continue to learn. I continue to put myself around wise people, wise counsel. I continue to put myself around people who think differently than I do so I can understand different perspectives. So my mind is open to possibility. Okay? A thing that almost cost me everything, that I was like, okay, well, here's how we do it. This is the only way to do it. And now I'm going to build a business around this. That is like, whenever we fly, well, typically we don't fly like this. The plane does. But whenever we fly, there's an interesting thing about the plane wings. They're not solid and just straight out, don't ever move. They give. It might be a little freaky to look at it when you're up in the air, but if you look at the wings, especially if you're hitting some turbulence, they give. They've got a little give to them, okay? They're not just completely straight without giving at all, okay? Because then they would break off and then the plane would fall down. And we know what happens after that, okay? It's the same with our businesses. It's the same with how we live our lives, quite frankly. We can't just say, this is it, this is rigid, this is my thing, done. Now I'm going to build a business around this. I mean, you can try to build a business around it. It's probably not going to be successful, because what we always need to do is we need to be listening to people. Okay, so you're saying you need this. All right. Okay, I didn't think about that. Let me go ahead and add that in here. I can see where that would, I understand that. Let me add that in here. Instead of feeling like you're the smartest person in the room and you say, oh no, this is the right thing to do. Well, it's not. We're not saying that it's not the right thing to do, but if other people need additional stuff, they need additional stuff. Let's call it. Okay. So that's what I equate to sort of like the give in the wings of an airplane is the give in our business. The ability to be open and able to grow and evolve always. Not just once, not just through a beta period, if it's a program or something. Or if it's a service that you offer people, you go through a beta period and you're like, okay, now I've got it where it's going to be. And that's it. It's never it. It shouldn't ever be it. It should always be in a constant state of flux. It should be in a constant state of, okay, is there more? All right, let's go ahead and add more. If you look at HBR as it was last July to how it is now, huge flux. Huge things I have added and that I continue to add. Because your success is my North Star. If I look at that North Star and I'm like, I only want them to succeed, how do I continue to make that happen? And I've got my ear to my audience. And I'm like, what do you need? What do you need? Right? And then I can build it out based on what their needs are because I'm paying attention. Because I didn't just say, well, here's my thing. Go buy it. Right? Number 2, let me know if you ever had that, if you ever did that in your own business. Let's all just be honest. Let's be vulnerable. Let's be transparent here. There is growth where there is honesty, okay? Number 3, trying to hire out the things that I didn't need to. This is a really big deal, okay? What I tried to do in the beginning is I tried to hire out everything. Like I pretty much wanted everything off my plate. So I had a, I guess, mentor, kind of just somebody that was talking to me, not really a mentor, because I didn't look up to him that much. So I'm not going to say they were a mentor. They were just somebody that was like, no, you should, right? And one thing that they said is that you always need to be growing yourself out of the business. You always need to be moving yourself out of the business. And I never really, I understand your business should run without you because someday it'll have to, right? I understand that. I get that. Please understand, I get that. And I also know how to do that, okay? But if even from the very beginning, you are always trying to get yourself out of your business, that is a frame of mind. It's a frame of mind that creates disconnect. It's a frame of mind that puts you in a place of constantly running through the filter of, I shouldn't have to do this. Let me find somebody else to do this. Whereas those are your people, and why don't you want to help them? Why don't you want to do it? If you don't have the time to do it, as you grow, obviously you build out teams and things like that. And they still answer to you. They still, you're still spot checking. You're still making sure everything's happening the way it's supposed to be happening. But especially in the very beginning, our focus should not be how we get away from our people. Our focus should be, how do we give more to our people? That's the focus. So be careful with trying to hire out too much stuff right away, because you'll lose the pulse of your own audience. And then you won't be able to listen to them for what their needs are, because you'll be disconnected. They'll feel that disconnect too, and your business probably won't grow. So that's another thing to be aware of, right? So those are the 3 mistakes, you guys, that I made in my own business early on, that could have cost me everything. So there is that. I want you guys to know, I don't ever want anybody looking at me and saying Martha's just got it easy. I don't have it easy. I don't have it easy. I choose for obstacles to be challenges. I choose for things that happen that I'm not a big fan of happening. I choose to learn from those things instead and grow from them. And with keeping the success of my people as my North Star, being able to bob and weave and make sure that is my main focus. Things are not easy. I might make it look easy because I don't get taken out by stuff, but that's because of my mind. That's because of the way that I choose to see things, right? Confusion is a choice. If you're confused about something, you're choosing to be confused, because choosing confusion means you sit in it. Choosing to figure something out is something completely different than choosing confusion. You're confused or you're not. You're confused or you're choosing to figure it out. That's up to you. I got nothing to do with that. That is completely up to you. You guys, if you're in HBR, congrats. Congratulations. HBR is so lit. It's so awesome. You guys, for those of you that don't know what HBR is, it's where I literally teach you how I've created multiple income streams around my own family in 5 to 10 hours a week. That's the truth, okay? I teach you how to do it so you can do it as well, because I was the mom that got a video of my daughter taking her first steps while I was sitting in corporate America. I was the mom in a carpeted cubicle getting milestone videos because daddy was home with Nora, milestone videos, and I'm sitting there watching it and I could do nothing. I was stuck. I had no sick time because I have a baby. And when you have a baby, you don't have sick time because you're always using sick time, right? Sound familiar? And I was missing everything. I am here for you if that's you, or if you choose for that not to be you. That's where I came from, and that's where I'm showing you to get out of, because it does not serve us. We should not be wasting our lives away doing things that do not serve us and do not serve our families, and we can live so much better off. We just need to kick that narrative in the teeth, okay, you guys? It doesn't serve us, all right? That's what HBR is. If you are not in HBR, it is half off right now. Make sure that you get in, because it's not only half off, but it's going to go up in price, not just to its natural price. It's going to go up because there are a lot of additions being added to it, like additions where I'm going to help you get paid, period. Okay. So aside from just showing you how to build a business, I'm also going to bring people in to buy from you. How's that sound? That's only for my HBR people, all right? But because of that, the price is gonna reflect the new additions because I'm spending a lot of money to get this done, okay? So that said, half off is actually probably 2/3 off what it's going to be eventually, okay? Make sure that you get in. You message my Facebook business page, Livin the Dream with Martha, message it the words case study, hey girl, rainbows and unicorns, whatever you wanna message. Let's get this show on the road. You deserve it. It's time to stop waiting around. It's time, guys. It's time. Your life can be so much better and so much more fulfilling than what you're experiencing right now. The only reason I say stuff like that is because I needed someone to say that to me. I needed somebody to just shake me and say, Martha, stop, right? Stop what you're doing. Look around you. What are you giving up? What is this security of a 9-to-5 job? Security in air quotes, because it's not really secure. Heads up, read a newspaper, okay? But what is this security costing you? In your relationships, in your family, in your watching your family grow, what is it costing you? And is that okay?